Now on CoastTV News.
A good grade for Maryland coastal bays, what that means for the environment.
Big payout, how much the cargo ship owners will have to pay after the deadly Baltimore bridge collapse.
Air quality dropping as this dry spell continues. We talk to doctors about the impact on your lungs.
And voting in motion. Early voting kicks off in Maryland with a tight Senate race heating up.
Severe drought conditions expand on the Delmarva Peninsula. We do talk about sunshine and dry weather continuing through the weekend and a little roller coaster ride as far as temperature is concerned. Your important weekend forecast is coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Cheering for the environment, cheering for the bays, Maryland waters making the grade. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight in Ocean City for the Maryland Coastal Bays report card presentation.
No need to sweat out a report card here. The Maryland Coastal Bays program receiving high marks at a key presentation this evening. And
as CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, there's a lot to be excited about.
Getting your report card can be stressful, but in Ocean City Thursday, this report card brought cheers and celebration. The Maryland Coastal Bays program just got their 2023 grade, and it's their best yet, a B-. Judy O'Neill, who delivered the good news, says it's a team effort that's making a difference.
It's because of everybody working together that we're starting to see some real progress in terms of resiliency in the Maryland coastal bays.
The scores are based on 4 water quality factors: nitrogen, phosphorus, chlorophyll A, and dissolved oxygen. But there's still work to be done.
It's not all, roses and wine. There are some issues that we still have to deal with. There are things related to resiliency and climate issues and things like that.
One Maryland local who grows oysters says he's seen changes in the bays firsthand.
Years ago, you never saw seaweed in the bay or anything, and now all around my property I have the eelgrass growing, and I'm pleased with that. I'm trying to protect as much as I can.
It might not be an A+, but with good news, great company, and snacks, there was plenty to celebrate in Ocean City Thursday.
When I spoke with the people from the Maryland Coastal Bays program, they said they want to keep improving for an even better score next year. But from the looks of the people in the audience, they seemed pretty excited and pleased with the score they received. In Ocean City, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
New at 11, a massive settlement has been reached in the deadly Baltimore bridge collapse. The owner and manager of the cargo ship that caused the collapse has agreed to pay more than $100 million in a settlement with the U.S. government. This just 1 month after the Justice Department sued the Dolly and Synergy Marine Group from Singapore. The Justice Department claimed that the electrical and mechanical systems on the ship were not maintained correctly, which led to the ship losing power and then crashing into the Francis Scott Key Bridge, killing 6 people in the process. As a lot of our viewers know, the collapse also paused commercial shipping through the port of Baltimore for months before it was reopened fully back in June.
We're still battling drought conditions here along the coast, and that's been the case for 27 straight days. It's impacted everything from farming to gardening to bonfires on the beach, and here's another aspect that you may be feeling deep in your lungs. The drought is hurting air quality, causing respiratory issues and even allergy problems for some people.
I think for him it's harder just because he has allergies, and that tends to blow stuff into the house that affects him more.
Dry weather in particular, it's ragweed season. And so there's abundance of that here in Sussex County because of all the corn that's being honked up into the air as well. And so those allergies can really get really bad. Nasal rinses or sinus rinses. So you can get those at CVS or Walgreens.
The record is 34 days of no rain here on Delmarva, and we're just a week away from that record.
Another big concern, the wind picking up, and with those dry conditions, despite a burn ban, always a high risk for fires. Steve Breeding, a farmer near Seaford and the president of the Sussex County Farm Bureau, says on days like today, brush fires, they can start in an instant.
The biggest issue is the wind lately, and with the combine fire, that's my biggest scare. If somebody catching a field on fire or something, that would be the biggest issue that I would see.
Steve also said they had a fire at their farm last spring, so they're taking extra precautions in this dry season.
And we're going to go ahead and take a live look outside now into Lewis. Our First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono joins us now to tell us a little more about these dry conditions. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Christine and Charlie. Yes, it was a bone dry day, and we're going to continue to see those drought conditions. Live look into Milford. A chilly, dry, pleasant evening there. 47 degrees. We're going to be dropping down in the upper 30s to low 40s, I think, in Milford tonight. It's going to be a very cold night. There you see that drought monitor, that severe drought expanding throughout much of the Delmarva and up into Philadelphia as well as South Jersey. Yes, we're going to make this 28 tomorrow as we continue to see bone dry conditions on the peninsula, and we're going to make our way up in the rankings here. We're going to likely be in the 4th spot come tomorrow, tied there with 28 days back in November 9th to December of 2012. We're in for more sunshine tomorrow. After a cold start, we're going to be right on average as far as our highs are concerned. We do talk about cooler temperatures over the weekend, and believe it or not, we're going to see 80 degrees once again in that 7-day forecast. We'll talk all about that a little bit later on, Charlie.
Sunfest is Ocean City's last big hurrah before the off-season, and Mother Nature definitely cooperating. The annual outdoor event filled with live music, food, vendors, and even a hayride in the sand. People at the event have been nothing but smiles.
The sun is shining, the people are smiling, and all of these vendors are absolutely fantastic. There's something for everybody, and I am thrilled to be here.
They've got me smiling here as well. The Sunfest event will be going on from now until this weekend with fireworks. Those are scheduled for Sunday to happen at the end of the event with a big bang. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, which Sunfest activity do you enjoy the most?
Let's take a look at the results. All right, well, it looks like we've got a lot of people not going. I guess you've got some other plans, but for those who are going, it looks like we're most excited for the artist booths, some looking forward to the food vendors and live music.
Food is always my choice. If you haven't voted, you can still do that at CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app, and online is where you can find those updated results.
Well, one small step for affordable housing in the area. People in Milford got together for an open house of the first accessory dwelling unit in the city. Those are things like tiny homes that you see there on your screen. This unit is 675 square feet, and Judy and her son Jim Purcell are hopeful about the future of ADUs.
Well, we wanted to be able to showcase it so everybody else in Delaware can see that this opportunity is out there. And if you don't have the ability to do it in your community, to advocate that in your city council or your county.
The Purcell family tells us they worked with the city of Milford over the past few years to rewrite the accessory dwelling unit ordinance to make this unit and others like it possible.
Today in Maryland, early voting officially kicked off. Democratic candidate Angela Brooks can be seen meeting with some voters. Rival Republican candidate Larry Hogan also at the polls today. Brooks has a double-digit lead according to some polls, but Hogan is trying to project strength as we head into the election process.
We feel really good. We're excited. We're out here talking with voters in Baltimore County, and we're excited to finally get the voting underway.
Looking at the early voting on Delmarva, Maryland runs from October 24th through the 31st. The hours are 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. In Delaware, early voting, that starts tomorrow, October 25th. It goes all the way to November 3rd. Polling hours do vary depending on the day. We have that information on CoastTV.com. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th, all over the country.
And as as we were just talking about, early voting, it's well underway in many states.
Officials across the country are working to maintain the security of this presidential election while combating misinformation and foreign adversaries attempting to meddle.
Reporter Brian Abel is in Washington with the latest efforts to ensure your vote is counted.
We have multiple layers of security around several systems.
Battleground, Georgia, revealing Wednesday it successfully fended off a cyber attack this month from what officials there believe to be a foreign entity who targeted the state's absentee ballot request website. Though federal officials haven't yet confirmed its origin, it would be the latest in a slew of attempts by foreign adversaries to meddle in the 2024 election. Microsoft reporting it detected probing of election-related websites in multiple U.S. swing states by Iranian government-linked hackers in a possible effort to discover vulnerabilities. Iran denies the Microsoft assessment. Russia also reported to be at the forefront of misinformation campaigns attempting to influence the election. Just this week, U.S. intelligence assessed that Russian operatives created, then amplified false social media content meant to smear Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz. Officials are also combating homegrown misinformation intended to stoke fears of the election not being secure, including false claims that voting machines were flipping votes in states like Nevada and Georgia. A Georgia election official explaining how an inaccurate rumor started.
There was a senior citizen voter who printed her ballot and said, "Oh, this isn't who I chose." And they followed the procedure. They went to the poll manager. They said, "Let's go over here and we'll spoil this ballot. We'll let you vote again." She told a couple people that story. It turned into a post. And then it was picked up by other people and said machines are flipping votes, which is nobody claimed that actually happened.
Officials adding there is zero evidence of machines flipping votes. In Washington, Brian Abel.
Meanwhile, the U.S. Postal Service battling claims of widespread fraud in mail-in ballots and saying it is taking, quote, extraordinary measures to ensure the secure and timely delivery of all 2024 election mail. Starting next week, make sure to tune in to CoastTV for our preview week coverage. We will air exclusive candidate interviews focusing on the races that will impact us here on Delmarva. Our Decision 2024 preview week kicks off Monday.
And if you're having a rough week, maybe election stress getting to you, well, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV. Sign up now for free. It's at coasttv.com/signup. And that's where you can get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
This weekend, there's fun for all ages at Sea Witch. Friday, there will be adoptable pets, a bike race, and then Saturday is the parade at 11 a.m. And all the CoastTV team will be walking in the parade, so say hi to us.
We certainly will. And then Saturday, October 26th, the historic Lewis Farmers Market will celebrate Halloween with festivities and fun for all ages. Farmers and volunteers will don ghoulish costumes, and people attending are encouraged to dress up. There will be prizes for the best costumes and the best decorations. We're just getting going here this evening.
Still ahead, fewer fresh faces. Colleges are seeing a drop in first-year student enrollment.
But first, Officers as Artists. That's the name of a national exhibit, and it'll feature one of Delmarva's own. That story in this week's Coastal Connections.
Well, you guessed it, more sunshine and dry conditions. It's going to be a cold start in the Bay, but temperatures starting off in the 40s, topping out in the mid-60s. We do talk about a dry weekend ahead. My full forecast is coming up.
We're bringing bright hope to Delaware by creating opportunity. As Secretary of Labor, I focused on preparing the workforce of tomorrow. And in Congress, I've worked to strengthen career and technical education. Jobs that might not require a four-year college degree, but do require skills. With jobs like these. Together, we can build the workforce of today and tomorrow. I'm Lisa Blunt Rochester, and I approve this message because our opportunities should be limitless.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in appliances, to ensure that you not only get the best product for your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
It's always fun bringing clients into Delmarva Design Center. No matter how much they want to spend, there's always an option for people to pick something that they like.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
For some, photography is just a hobby, something to do for fun, take a few quick pictures. But for one Delaware State Police trooper, as Brendan Conroy shows us in this week's Coastal Connections, it's a whole lot more.
Turning a moment into a memory. That's what Corporal David Wynn does through the lens of his camera, and it's something he's gotten good at. In fact, one of his photographs has been selected to be on display at the National Law Enforcement Museum in Washington, D.C.
It's very humbling. It's very exciting.
And to make things even better, the picture in question, it's this shot of Corporal Wynn's own daughter standing over a puddle.
Me being able to be there, watching my kid play. She was playing in the puddle right after the rain, so that was allowed me to capture those moment, right? We kind of forget about those brief moments in life that we take for granted.
Wynn's photo will hang on the wall as part of an exhibit called Officers as Artists. While he loves snapping shots in his free time, it also plays a big role in his job as a public affairs officer for the state police.
Some of the posters we see here were used for the troop on display. Some of them were actually used for recruiting materials.
Whether for work or passion, the outcome is the same. The click of a button becomes a literal snapshot in time.
It allowed me to appreciate that and kind of reflect on it, you have to hold on to this precious moment and cherish those and be appreciative.
Feelings, even great ones, can slip away quickly, but Corporal Wynn does his best to capture the ones he never wants to forget. Corporal Wynn's photographs are sometimes turned into posters or prints that can be seen at different troop locations across the state of Delaware, as well as the Delaware State Police Museum right here in Dover. If you want to see his and other police officers' work on display at the National Law Enforcement Museum in Washington, D.C., they're up now all the way until August of next year. In Dover, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Welcome to the brand new Baths by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Baths by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Baths by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Coming out of COVID, the cost of everything has gone up. I am an independent. Larry Hogan, being a Republican in a Democratic state, he represents Democrats, he represents Republicans, he represents the people of Maryland. He has a common sense ideology. He wants to cut back on the taxes, cut back on the bridge tolls. Those are what's affecting us on a daily basis. He wants to see the people of Maryland successful and financially secure.
Stand with Governor Hogan. Join our team by donating today.
I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message.
Huddle up for Nittany Game Week.
Get a sideline seat with coaches Jay Paterno and Tom Bradley as they join host Todd Sadowski for expert analysis on the blue and white. Nittany Game Week, Friday nights at 10:30 and Saturday mornings at 11 on DSN.
Builders, rental properties, and hotels. Reglaze your tubs and showers like new in just one day. Repair chips, cracks, or change the color. Call Hurl's Bath Repair for a free estimate.
Well, it's going to be a cold night on the peninsula tonight with the clear skies and calm winds. It's going to allow for temperatures to really bottom out, especially away from the coast. Right now, though, we're holding at 53 in Salisbury, dew point 37. You can see the wind 2 miles an hour. Temperatures elsewhere, we're at 48 in Seaford, 53 Milton, 56 Bethany Beach, and 59 in Ocean City. We had gusts as high as 30 miles an hour throughout the afternoon. You could see the wind flow out of the north-northwest. Winds are beginning to relax themselves as those temperatures will fall. 72 degrees was our high today after a morning low of 53. The average 66, the record 83 set back in 2001. We do have small craft advisories up for the Bay Bay and the ocean side through 6 a.m. Friday. Well, we are clear, dry across much of the east as high pressure, it sounds like a broken record, but high pressure building in again and setting the stage for yet dry conditions to persist. And with that comes the air quality, with that dust kicking up from all the dry conditions. We are seeing moderate air quality throughout parts of the peninsula, and you could see that severe drought extending right through the Delmarva Peninsula all the way up towards Philadelphia and South Jersey. And we've been in this kind of steady pattern over the last few months where we've seen this big domes of high pressure. Most of the tropical systems, Helene, Milton, have missed us as far as any remnant moisture. And most of the cold fronts we've been seeing have been moisture starved. And with that comes the dry conditions over the next 6 to 10 days. But we can kind of see this beginning to wane and maybe the pattern beginning to change as we roll into early November. 40 degrees overnight, so mostly clear, a cold night. Tomorrow, more on the seasonable side with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Winds will relax themselves west-northwest at about 5 to 10. We'll see a high of 68 Salisbury, 66 Ocean City. Futurecast shows the clear skies. Now we'll see one front move through Saturday, early Saturday morning, bringing with it a few clouds. Any shower activity is going to remain well to our north. Clear skies into Saturday afternoon, a bit on the breezy side. We're going to see those winds kick out of the northwest about 10 to 20 miles an hour, so we'll be breezy. I do think we'll touch 70 in some locations away from the coast, and then we see that reinforcing shot of cooler air coming in on Sunday. So looking very nice for the Sea Witch Festival in Rehoboth, 72 on Saturday, chillier on Sunday, with temperatures in the lower 60s. Now, we continue to see the chilly conditions into Monday, but it's a brief shot of cooler air because southwest winds kick in and temperatures quickly rise through the week. You see the temperature outlook over the next 8 to 14 days, and your umbrella winner is Lewis Stockley of Milton, Delaware. Congratulations there. We're at 64 Monday, and then look at that rise in temperature, 78 on Wednesday. I'm telling you, we're going to challenge a record high on Halloween. The record's 81. We're going with 80 at the moment.
We'll keep an eye on that. A new report shows that fewer freshmen are enrolled in college this semester. Schools reported a 5% drop in freshman enrollment across higher education. That's the first decline since the pandemic. But the overall numbers of undergraduates, that is still 3% higher than last year.
Here's a little something that will save a few of you some money. It's another perk for Amazon Prime members. Gas is going to be a tad bit cheaper for them now. The e-commerce giant just announced it's allowing members to save 10 cents per gallon at the gas pump. That averages up to saving about $70 per year. Members can buy fuel from any participating BP, Amoco, and AMPM gas stations across the U.S. All they have to do is get the discount link from their Amazon account to Earnify, a loyalty program app by BP.
Artificial intelligence continues to be one of the dominant storylines of our time. President Joe Biden has ordered the U.S. national security agencies to harness new and powerful artificial intelligence technology. A senior administration official says the goal is to embrace the potential power of AI with security-based restrictions. For example, the National Security Memorandum prohibits using AI to avoid current protocols regarding the deployment of nuclear weapons. It also bans agencies from using the technology for matters that, quote, do not align with democratic values, unquote. Some of the timelines for this order will expire after Biden has ended his term in office. Coming up in sports, Sussex Academy's program's best season continues. See how the Seahawks came back to beat St. Mark's tonight.
And coming up, an update on the Menendez case, why the two brothers who've spent decades in prison for killing their parents could soon walk free.
Sunshine continues into our Friday. Won't be as windy as we were today, but we will see temperatures topping out around 68 degrees on the course, and we are looking at dry, sunny weather continuing into the weekend. Your 10-day forecast is coming up.
Late Night with Seth Meyers. Late nights on CoastTV.
We know Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, owing $59,000 in back taxes.
And she's now getting a deal. No penalties and a 25% reduction in interest.
Now the New York Times reports Also Brooks lied on official mortgage documents, and Also Brooks was sued twice for not paying her bills. Thousands in water, sewer, and other expenses. What scandal will they report next? Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
A wet crawl space is a lurking hazard, inviting mold, rot, and structural worries. The answer is Brazier's Crawl Space Encapsulation. Our specialist tailors the solution to your exact crawl space. Our expert team cleans and upgrades your crawl space into a pristine, protected environment, and we only use April Air dehumidifiers, reliable and robust, complete with a 5-year warranty. Take the first step to a drier, safer home. Call Brazier's or visit our website. Your peace of mind is just one call away.
My dad, Mike Ramone, is a different kind of public servant. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, right. But I know from my own experience how much he cares about everyone. He's a great father and grandfather. You can see how much their futures matter to him. And he has the same passion for your kids' future. He's focused on fixing our schools and getting teachers and students the resources they need. What I can promise is he'll be a great governor for all of Delaware.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
A Netflix drama helped bring the Menendez murders back to the spotlight and back under review by prosecutors. Lyle and Eric Menendez were convicted in 1996 after killing their parents back in 1989 and have been in prison ever since.
Now the Los Angeles District Attorney announcing the recommendation that could determine whether they remain there or they're set free. Maribel Gonzalez has more from Los Angeles.
What's the problem? Someone killed my parents. Pardon me? Someone killed my parents. Were they shot? Yes. They were shot? Yes.
A decades-old murder case garnering widespread new attention from Netflix.
We looked like the perfect family, but behind the walls, something very wrong was happening.
Now heading back to the courtroom, Eric and Lyle Menendez, convicted of murdering their parents, Jose and Kitty, more than 3 decades ago, could now get a chance at freedom.
We're going to recommend to the court that the life without the possibility of parole be removed.
Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon recommending resentencing.
They will be eligible for parole immediately.
Prosecutors reviewed the brothers' murder cases after their defense came forward with new evidence, including a letter written by Eric. His attorneys say it corroborates abuse allegations against their father, Jose.
There is no excuse for murder. And I will never imply that what we're doing here is to excuse that behavior, because even if you get abused, the right path is to call the police, seek help. But I understand also how sometimes people get desperate.
A judge will ultimately decide on the brothers' case, but for the Menendez family, this recommendation is already a victory.
We can make sure that Eric and Lyle receive the justice they deserve and finally come home.
In Los Angeles, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, state title seeding on the line in Delaware tonight. Let's start in Georgetown with some field hockey. Sussex Academy and St. Mark's both 11-3 on the season. End of the first quarter we go. Spartans with one final untimed corner. Ball up top to Claire Krause. Her shot stopped by a nice pad save from Elizabeth Layton. Now it's Allison Starsinik's turn. Aerial ball on the doorstep. Bryn Eiler taps it in, and the Spartans lead 1-0. It would stay that way until the third quarter. Seahawks Shelby Manlove creating the turnover, and that wouldn't be all she does on this play. Ball back to the senior, and she winds up a rocket. No chance for St. Mark's goalie. It's 1-1. Later in the quarter, corner for the Hawks. Insert up top to Lenty Warner, who slides a beautiful assist for Riley Lehman. That's just how you draw it up. It's 2-1 Academy. To the fourth we go. Seahawks want to tack on corner. Ryan Lowe's turn to shoot from distance. Gals by the net playing whack-a-mole, and Shay Danahy's the winner, smacking that one into the cage. Sussex Academy goes on to win it 3-1 and overtakes St. Mark's as the 4 seed in DIAA Division II. And this Brady Spiegel goal lifted Cape Henlopen Soccer over Sussex Central 3-2 in overtime. The Vikings improved to 9-4-2 on the year and snapped Central's 9-match win streak. Later for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big collection of slabs, that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Delaware Electric Cooperative is committed to helping the communities that we are proud to power. We offer the lowest electric rates in the state and give millions of dollars in rebates to members during the holiday season. Each year, we offer hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding to local nonprofits. Safety programs teach students how to be safe around electrical equipment. And through educational opportunities and scholarships, we are empowering the next generation of co-op members. DEC is proud to keep the lights on, but prouder still to invest in the communities we serve.
Seen these attacks? They're not true. The Republican billionaires paying for them know it, and Larry Hogan does too. So why does a group of billionaires from outside Maryland care so much about our Senate race? Because they want power, and they know Larry Hogan will give Republicans control of the Senate. They'll pass trillions in new tax breaks for big corporations and the wealthy. But you know who they don't care about? You. I'm Angela Also Brooks, and I approve this message.
As the season changes, temperatures drop and the leaves begin to fall, but the savings at Spicer Brothers are still hot. Now is the perfect time to tackle your home improvement projects with unbeatable savings. Right now, save 30% on a complete roofing system, plus get 50% off gutter helmet installation. At Spicer Brothers, excellence is our standard. We use only top quality materials and expert craftsmanship, ensuring each project is built to last a lifetime.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
Finally, tonight, they were having some fun in Laurel this evening with the big Trick or Treat on Main Street event. And we did get some pictures of some adorable
And we are seeing a chilly night, though, in Salisbury, 53 degrees, and temperatures are going to fall pretty rapidly through the overnight into the upper 30s to lower 40s. So it is going to be a cold start at the bus stop tomorrow with sunshine and clear skies, starting off in the 40s by the afternoon. Mostly sunny skies, not as windy, but temperatures topping out right around 68. So we're going to be right around seasonable as far as our temperatures are concerned. You can get your forecast at any time by calling our First Alert weather phone, and that is sponsored by Bard, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico. Now, your Paul Davis 10-day shows 72 on Saturday. It will be a breezy afternoon with the passage of that cold front. We're down to 60 on Sunday, so it is going to be a chilly end of the weekend, and we gradually begin to see temperatures rise. After a chilly Monday, we're back up into the mid to upper 70s by Wednesday, and then Halloween rolls around, and we're right around 80 degrees as temperatures could challenge some record highs by week's end.
Love seeing that it's going to be warm. The drought could end. That would be better. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, that is coming up next.
And we'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.